need to find my inspiration again. I need to find that source that keeps me going, that thing that makes it all worth it. These have just been my reflections lately, and yeah, it feels, and I know these thoughts are because when you get a certain amount of money, your thoughts change, and it's fucked up, and it's interesting how much our thoughts are dependent on money in this society, in this world, and our moods are dependent on it, obviously, and what we deem relevant is dependent on it. So I know my thoughts will change when more money comes in, but damn, life can just beat you down, test you, and I need to find my inspiration again. I need to find that source that keeps me going, that thing that makes it all worth it, which I guess people call it purpose, and I've been reflecting on purpose, and I don't know if I've ever really thought about purpose too much. It's not ever been a big question of mine of like, what's my purpose in this world? I've always kind of accepted that I'm here because I'm here. And I don't mean purpose in some grand scheme of like I'm gonna change the world and end world hunger or anything like that, but I don't know. Sometimes it all feels like gimmicky and like corny and silly, and I want to sometimes just retreat into like a hole and not see another human for however many years, and I know that's just a response. My body is just responding and trying to protect itself from the weight of being vulnerable, from the weight of trying. It all gets heavier until it doesn't, I guess. I don't know, but so I'm here looking for inspiration, yet again. I thought of Mary Oliver today. I always kind of yearn for her. Oh, I yearn for poetry whenever I'm in this like really bleak state. And I was looking for hope, I guess. And Mary Oliver always provides so much hope. And I read this, I don't remember when, but I stumbled upon this part in her poem called Starlings in Winter. Chunky and noisy, but with stars in their black feathers. They spring from the telephone wire, and instantly they are acrobats in the freezing wind. And now in the theater of air they swing over buildings. Dipping and rising, they float like one stippled star that opens, comes for a moment fragmented, then closes again. And you watch, and you try, but you simply can't imagine how they do it. With no articulated instruction, no pause, only the silent confirmation that they are this notable thing, this wheel of many parts that can rise and spin over and over again, full of gorgeous life. Ah, world, what lessons you prepare for us. Even in the leafless winter, even in the ashy city, I am thinking now of grief and of getting past it. I feel my boots trying to leave the ground. I feel my heart pumping hard. I want to think again of dangerous and noble things. I want to be light and frolicsome. I want to be improbable, beautiful, and afraid of nothing, as though I had wings. Sometimes it's hard not to work constantly, because I feel like if I switch gears and like start doing like creative stuff, that I might lose that sort of, I don't know, momentum or grit that you need for the workforce, or like that frame of thinking. I don't know. Obviously this is just me being paranoid and fearful. Like it's fine, I can do both. But it is like, and to me, it feels like two sides of the brain, and having to mix them is tough. Like they seem very split. I guess, I don't know. Life seems to be speeding ahead, rushing past me. And I don't know if I have a full grip on it or if I'm just idling by, like, or if I'm just in the seat. But obviously I guess we're never driving this thing, right? If you believe in a higher purpose. Even if you don't believe in a higher purpose, I feel like that's just facts. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about writing, and like, I know for me, I've always felt like things will pan out for me later on in life, like in my late years in life. I don't know why I feel that way. And I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have in regards to writing and the whole process of, like, the logistics behind it, not like the creative aspect of it, but I also just don't know if I am in the mood to create a full piece right now. Like a book or a magazine or a zine or something, like, and I don't know if that is me being complacent, that I'm really happy on Substack and writing my little essays and thoughts on there. I have published stuff elsewhere, and it wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it would be, I guess. Like, it was in the instant, like, oh, I got accepted, blah, 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 like, kind of a little bit of that clout feeling. And people responded to it, which was interesting. People responded to it better than something like Substack, which is, like, interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, what are you responding to? Just the context of where I'm placing my work versus my actual work? Because they both take equal amounts of time. Anyways. And, like, why are we regarding one higher than the other? Or, like, why are we praising one more than the other? And, like, what are we even praising? Like, because the people who accept these submissions, people who accept these submissions don't necessarily have more merit than others to decide on what's good and what's not. It's just simply like personal preference, or like what goes best with the voice of the current publication or whatever. Obviously I'm not talking about like super big ones where like they do have maybe more merit because they're, I don't know, it's all ambiguous. It feels very performative and very forced and very much like caring about the outside versus the inside. I don't know why I'm going on this rant, but yeah, I've just been thinking a lot, so I'm just trying to like calm my thoughts down, slow my thoughts, slow my reading, slow everything, and not have that ticking clock of pressure and time, not have like that itch in the back of my head telling me I need to do something I need before, you know, it's fear-based. Anyways, back to finding the inspiration. Okay, and before I'm done with this, I'm still in that like frame of thinking. Of like time and producing of like now it's February, like the beginning of February 3rd, and I went a month of not like putting out a new thing on Substack or something on YouTube, barely on IG, and I'm like, oh god, I let a month go by. I can't do that. I need to produce, get out. I think in my head I'm like, oh, 30 days is like the limit of how long you can go on the internet without producing something. Obviously that's false. I mean, it's real in the sense of like metrics and things like that if you want to like create content on that time frame, but I'm trying to get my brain out of that frame of thinking, like rewire my brain to normal timelines, not this like manufactured capitalistic consumer-based time frame. If I've ever purged this deeply, like I'm just I only want my shelves what I really truly deeply care about reading at this moment, and maybe in the future if I repurchase some of these, you know, it is what it is. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I just picked up because of other people, and not because like, oh, this person influenced me, it must be good. Some of those are fine. Or maybe it was like more of like who I was trying to portray myself as. I don't know. I think I cared too much about what other people thought for a long time. And now I don't care, and I only want to read what I want to read. And that's fine. And not only just books though, like there was a period where I was like, you know, really wanting to emphasize on like funky, like this bunny piggy bank and this Mickey Mouse piggy bank, which that is me. Like I do like those things. And I do like, you know, just like, I don't know, funky things, I don't know. But I think also I was just trying to like lean into this character kind of for social media, and now I kind of want to strip it back and like see what is true to me. Like there will remain elements of that, of course, right? Because that is who I am. But like not at that extreme, you know? Like, and maybe we all just change constantly, and maybe that was me then and this is me now and blah blah blah. I mean, that was when I was like, what, in my late 20s. Yeah, we evolve, and I feel like my 30s are a lot of like stripping back and getting to the core of myself and just like knowing truly who I am and being confident in that and not having to perform and be someone else or not have to exaggerate myself for the public. Like, this is who I am, and that's enough for whoever it is. Yeah. What mad ambition carries us, having forgotten who we are? If we live for so short a time, why do we wish to know so much? Oh, if there were only a school or seminary where they taught classes and how not to know, as they teach classes in knowing. How happily the man would live who with languid circumspection would simply laugh at the menace of the influence of the stars. Let us learn about not knowing, O thought, for we then discover that for all I add to discourse, I usurp as much from my years.